Hello, welcome to the Dollhouse. I am the doll, and today I am going to be discussing responses to the last video I made and my negative reaction. I apologize, not yet 2, 3, 4, 5, because I was a bit testy when I read your comment. And anyhow, I apologize for being testy. I read what you wrote. You said the original version of the 4B movement are for women who don't want any contact with men for the entirety of their lives, except for work-related activities. Not all women need or want masculine energy. Those are women that should be in the 4B movement and who the 4B movement was meant for. It wasn't meant for women who crave masculine energy and are looking for ways to get their masculine I'm reading this thing, energy fix. It's kind of disrespectful to change its original concept so that you can still interact with men. If you want to engage with men, nothing is stopping you. But don't co-opt a movement that is for a very specific subgroup of the female population. Women who don't want anything to do with men, ever. Why don't you just start a new movement instead? If you want to engage with men, then you really shouldn't be in the 4B movement. This is how feminism got co-opted. Someone starts a movement and then people try to change it because they like some aspects but not all of it. So they just cherry pick until the main purpose of that movement is totally lost. Wow, strong words. I'm going to address them. So yes, the Dollhouse way in the 4B movement is not forever. That is the main difference that I can see in what doing the 4B movement the Dollhouse way is different. That's the main difference that I can see between the original version of the 4B movement and the Dollhouse way. The original version had 4Bs in it because it was Korean. It was a Korean woman's concept. So, a singular mindset of 4B forever, that is your choice. And I'm not hating on it. Some women have been traumatized so badly that they are going to never smile at another man. They're never going to accept one flirting with her. They're never going to hire one to do anything for her. They're never going to do that. But I just want to take a different approach. Feel free to go that route. I'm not moving from trauma. I personally am not going to navigate my life based from a trauma response, but you do you. This isn't for women who necessarily crave masculine energy. Everything that I mentioned was mostly just to enjoy the balance that men provide to our lives. And there is some scientific basis for what I was saying. I'm not sure if you made it to that point in the video, but I did mention Dr. John Gray and his research. So you can always combat that with your thoughts. Fine. But I feel like I feel better when I talk to my brothers. When I enjoy an ex text coming through asking me to dinner and I politely decline. I enjoy those little bits of attention. And you may not enjoy attention, but I reap the benefits of it. And I don't see how it's a negative in my life to let things come to me. Enjoy my relationships with family. Hire men when they're the best person for the job. I like doing that, yes. And I like letting them serve me. Oh, for sure. I will absolutely continue to enjoy that treatment, whether or not I pay for it or whether or not someone pays me to enjoy it. And forever for you is your personal choice, but not all of the dolls that have inadvertently been doing 4B for longer periods, not all of them see that they will be alone forever. Men are useful. And they can multiply our power. So the same way we do them. Like, I don't take the approach that a lot of women may take to the 4B movement. And it's my personal decision. And I'll call it 4B because the framework that I created actually uses B's. The letter B is prevalent all throughout the presentation that I am making. More than 4. Maybe I should call it however many B's. I'll add them up after I get done reading your comment. So if the movement is for a very specific subgroup, then the movement that I'm creating is for a much larger group of women. So you enjoy the subgroup. Stay in the subgroup. This is for the dolls. You can restrict yourself in that way. All right? So, you know what? I appreciate you, though, for being brave enough to come in here and share your opinion, because it takes a lot of guts. And I understand what you're saying. And I'm sorry for being such a bitch. I am, because it's not really what I want the dolls to be. And listen, learn from Mother, y'all. Don't be like her, okay? Because she's saucy. I am a fire sign. And, I talked to a very good friend of mine today. I've been knowing her for, I'm going to say a long time. Met her in college. She's always been so stylish. She ran across this channel and immediately recognized that it was me. And I love that because it just makes me feel like I'm attracting good listeners, a good quality of listener. And even if you don't agree, I appreciate you for even giving your energy, because it's valuable. Your feminine essence is valuable. This is for the dolls. So, you may not agree with everything I say, and because I know that I'm wrong sometimes. For me, I don't feel bad about co-opting the 4B movement, because I feel like the American women have co-opted it as well. Some publication picked it up and it went viral. The experience is highly individualized. And there is a subgroup of women who will opt out of relationships with men. And you know what? They should not be vilified by anyone. I respect that decision, because I understand, like, it can be traumatizing to deal with certain men. I just know a lot of good men. At their heart, at their core, I have brothers, like I mentioned. And watching them grow up and being a big sister and also a little sister, it's just something that I know, if we can get it right, if we can create a good framework for how to deal with one another, I feel like we can flourish as a nation for many years to come. So we're creating something new. So 6B, this is the 6B movement, baby. Okay, not the 4B. This is the 6B, and this is for the dolls. No behaving like you're bonded. No babies out of bounds. No boyfriends. No besties. I am not trying to alienate anyone. So you helped me reflect today on this. I am going to segregate away from the 4B movement and stop laying claim to it, because this is a 6B and it's on and popping over here. We have fun in life, and we enjoy men when they treat us right. And if they don't, we're happy to never have another. We're happy to do whatever we want to do. And some women might decide to sleep with men, but as long as you don't do it and act like you're married, that's a big game changer. Like, I would really, instead of acting married, I would encourage women to get something for that energy. They have to get something for that energy outside of being a girlfriend. I'm really actually talking about money. I'm not just talking about cuddles. He adds value. Leadership comes with stability. And stability doesn't have to be super rich. But stability can mean you have peace of mind to trust that he is taking care of the household bills. That's how I see it. But if you don't, you're still welcome to comment. I feel like men can be very valuable. And if women choose, whatever they choose to do, it should be on the basis that they're getting what they want. And a lot of women are not honest with themselves sometimes in saying, oh, I'm not getting what I want, but I love him, so I'm going to stay. Even though I'm not getting what I want, I'm going to continue giving and giving and giving. And the 6B movement is just to help women retrain themselves not to overgive. Don't act married and don't have any boyfriends. Not unless he is doing something for you substantial in the dollar department. That's the only trade-off. I think that the women who want to do the 4B movement, they have every right. But most of the dolls like to hang out with guys. And, at first I was saying that women should not have sex with men. But I will really retract that and say that they should only do so if they're getting something for it that makes their lives easier. Of course, there will be some women that want that attention, but that's why I made the video yesterday. For women who want male attention. In the 6B movement, I'm encouraging the dolls not to overcommit. Not to overcommit with energy. And to turn that energy back within. Not to just cut off energy. Because when you cut off the flow of energy in one direction, just think about how that works. It doesn't work. It's like a closed circuit. And if you choose to be a closed circuit, that is okay. That's totally okay. But I think that there's room for balance. I don't see why the dating framework that is certainly shifting very fast, I don't see why it has to go in the direction of destruction completely. Complete and utter destruction. We're like trying to threaten men. No, we can just, say to men, my energy is valuable and I don't like to waste it. So what is it that you have to offer in exchange for me directing my attention to you? What do you have to give, sir? And decide if we want to take the gift or not. We have that choice now. We're not being forced to be with men, and that's why no one cares if women do decide to move along and do 4B as a subgroup. Because the majority of women will want to take a more balanced approach, as you pointed out. So I appreciate you again for watching. Please let me know what you think in the comment section, even if I might reply in a bitchy way, because I might apologize and make a video about what you said. So let's talk soon.